All right, so hold on one moment. Okay, so welcome everyone again. If you are new to our Move It walks, please give me a thumbs up so I know. If you're a seasoned Move It walk participant or volunteer, welcome back. And thank you so much for joining us. Again, my name is Lauren Tankersley, and I'm the Associate Director at Parkinson Association of the Carolinas. And the purpose of this event is to just help people understand what our Move It walks are about and how you can get involved in participating and supporting the event. So we are in our 8th year of doing the Move It Walk Charlotte and our 4th year of doing the Move It Walk Myrtle Beach. As you may know, we were able to hold an in-person Move It Walk in Charlotte last year, which was a big success. And we had to do a virtual event last year for Myrtle Beach just because of COVID. So we are optimistic that this year we'll be able to do both walks in person, and we look forward to seeing you and having a great campaign year. So let's get into the details. I'm going to start with our Move It Walk Charlotte and just explain a little bit of context behind this event. This is our largest fundraiser of the year, and we are holding this event for a couple of reasons. The first is to raise money to support our cost-free programs which benefit the Parkinson's community. And as you may know, we do a number of different in-person and virtual programs which provide support to individuals living with Parkinson's as well as their caregivers and family members, and people who are just in the field of supporting the Parkinson's community. So we offer things like a toll-free resource line where people can call or email inquiries looking for information and resources around Parkinson's disease. And we try to get people as much information as we can, things like newly diagnosed packets or resources for senior living or virtual or in-person support groups and movement therapy programs and a host of other things that are beneficial for the community. We also do movement therapy programs. We have our own support group, a virtual support group that we offer once a month. We have a program for caregivers that we offer once a month. We do educational symposiums and other events. And all of this is really meant to educate and empower the Parkinson's community. And we do it all for free. So the walk is a really great way to support us as we pour back into our Parkinson's community. And the other reason that we have the event is just to raise awareness about Parkinson's disease and to connect our Parkinson's community members to different resources and really to each other. It's been a challenging 2 years, and we hope that the pandemic is coming to an end, but it's really important for people living with Parkinson's and caregivers to stay connected. And so we try to do that through the walk and just through our services. So in terms of our Move It Walk Charlotte, this event is going to be held on Saturday, April 16th from 8:30 a.m. until noon. And it's going to take place at Symphony Park, which is right behind South Park Mall. And our fundraising goal this year is $70,000. And at the bottom of the page, you'll see the campaign website link. And I am going to show you how to navigate the campaign page during this session. But if after the session you have questions or any difficulty in registering or creating or joining a team or making a donation, then you can reach out to me, and my contact information, the contact information for the office is at the end, and I'll also put my direct contact information as well in the chat in case you need to reach out to me. So, and if you have any questions as I'm going along, please do not hesitate to put those questions in the chat or raise your hand. I'm happy to stop and take questions. So let me move on to the next slide. This is the information for our Myrtle Beach walk. And essentially the goals are the same for this event. The logistics are a little different and they're provided here. So this event is happening a month later than our Charlotte walk. It's on Saturday, May 14th, and it's happening from 8:30 till noon again. And the location is Grand Park, which is across from Market Common. and the fundraising goal here is $20,000. At the bottom of the page, again, you'll see the campaign website link, and this one is specific for Myrtle Beach. So if you're participating in one or the other, you'll want to use that unique link to access the page. So, and again, all of this information is being recorded, so I will make the recording available on PAC's YouTube channel in case you want to review any of this, or if you want to share this with your team, if you decide to share to create a team, or with just anyone else who you think may want to get involved with the walk, this information will be available. So on this page, these are just some of the things that will be happening at the event, things that you can look forward to. We, of course, in the beginning, will have a check-in and registration. Everyone who registers for the walk will receive a t-shirt. We also will have a variety of exhibitor and sponsor tables, and you'll see some of those. This is a picture of our MoveIt Walk Charlotte, and you'll see behind the individuals in the photo there are different exhibitor booths. And so these are community partners and pharmaceutical companies who will have a wealth of information to share. And you can just go around throughout the event. They'll be there for the entire time, and you can get information and resources and ask questions. Some of the tables will even have patient advocates who can speak about different issues related to Parkinson's. We're also going to have an Ask the Doc session, so there'll be a table with a movement disorder specialist, and you'll be able to talk to him and ask questions related to Parkinson's for yourself or for someone that you're caring for. And then we'll also have some other fun things like a massage area, a kids activity area. There'll be a gentle yoga demonstration. There will be several raffle prize drawings, and then music and awards, lots of different things. So throughout the event, and then of course refreshments will be provided. So lots of good things to look forward to. And these event activities apply to both events. So the big question is, how can you participate and support the walks? There are a number of different things that you can do to get involved. The first is you can actually register as an individual walker, and you can help fundraise for PAC. And I'll show you how to complete each of these steps depending on what you're interested in doing. You can also form or join a walk team and help fundraise with your team members. And this could be your family. You could have a team with your family. You could have a team with your coworkers, with your school, with a civic organization, many different options for how you can create a team. And there's no limit on how many team members you can have. So the more the merrier. You can also make a donation toward the event. And then I will show you how to go through the steps of making a donation. And you can just really help us to spread the word and raise awareness about the event within your network. So we will have flyers that we can share with people if anyone wants to come to the office and pick up hard copies of the flyer. I'm also happy to email copies of the flyer out to people. And we can also, we'll be sharing different content on our social media platforms. So Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, those handles are listed at the bottom of the page. And we encourage you to just really reshare what we're sharing. And you can put your own messages with it, or you can take the content and repost it. But if you can help us spread the word, that really goes a long way. So now we're going to go over the steps for how to register for the walk. And I'm going to go through these steps, and then I'm actually going to show you what you need to do and what it looks like so that you have a visual. So when you're ready to register, if you're choosing to register as an individual walker, you'll want to go to the event campaign page. And these are the two links again. I will put these in the chat thread so that you can copy them if you want to go ahead during this presentation or after, or at a later time, you can go ahead and register. But you'll start by going to the event campaign page, and it'll ask you what you want to do if you're trying to register or donate, and you'll select register, and then you'll select as an individual, and you'll see a picture like this one in the right hand corner. And you'll click on the number of registrants that you want to register. I'm sorry. So it may be you want to just register yourself. You may want to register everybody in your household, and you'll have the option to select that number and then enter the information for each person. So then you'll go ahead and provide the requested information, and it will ask you if you'd like to donate. That is something you can choose to do, or you can skip that step. and then it'll ask you for some requested checkout information. You'll hit purchase, and then you'll receive an email. Now, it does say purchase, but that applies whether or not you're making a donation. So do not feel like you're going to be spending any money unless you choose to make a donation. Then there's no type of transaction that's going to happen. So I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to stop my screen share for a moment, and then I'm going to switch over to the campaign page, and I'll actually walk you through it. I'm going to register myself so you can see what it looks like. So just bear with me for a moment while I change my screen. Okay, so if you can let me know, hopefully you all are seeing the campaign page. If you can see this page, just give me a thumbs up, and I'm going to start walking through registering. This is our Move It Walk Charlotte page. And so if you get here, you should see this picture of this wonderful unicorn who was a big hit at last year's event. This event, of course, here's the details and the location. And you're going to, for the purpose of registering, you're going to click on the register button. Then the picture that I referred to pops up. You're going to choose as an individual if that's what you want to do. And of course, if you want to join or create a team, those are different options. But for right now, I'm just going to show you how to do an individual registration. So I click on that, click on individual, and then it's going to ask me how many people I want to register. In this case, I'm just registering myself. So I'm just going to do +1. And I'm going to hit submit. There's no cost to register also, so that's why you'll see the 0. This process is free. So you hit submit, and then it's going to ask me for my information. So first name, last name, and then put in your email. And it's going to ask for cell or home number. These bottom, the cell phone, home phone is not required here. We do like to have your address so that we can, you know, if you make a donation, we'll need to contact you, but that is required if you're going to do the donation section. Also, these questions on the bottom are not mandatory, but it's really helpful for us in terms of planning the event and knowing how people have learned about the event. So for me, this is not my first time participating, and I'm just going to say I found out on PAC's website. Then after you're done filling out the information, you'll hit next. And I'm going to, at this point, skip the donation. But if you did want to make a donation, you would select one of these amounts, or you can select other. And then you check this box if you'd like to also cover the processing fees associated with your donation, so that that processing fee isn't deducted from your gift to PAC. But I'm going to hit skip donation for right now. And then again, I'll have to put in some information, my email address. And then in this section, you will need to put your contact information. You can choose to check the box, it's okay to contact me in the future, or you can uncheck that if you prefer not to be contacted. And so I put in the contact information, and then I would hit purchase. Once you hit purchase, you're going to receive an email. Well, you're going to receive 2 emails. They are both from Classy, which is the company that we're using for our campaign. One is going to be a registration confirmation, and the other is going to be something that says claim your fundraising page, because as a walker, you are assigned a fundraising page, and you will have the opportunity to tailor that page and really make it your own, so that you can share things like how much you're trying to fundraise, why you're fundraising, and you can even communicate with people that support your page and say thank you and things like that. So I'm going to once again stop the screen share just to show you what the email confirmations look like. And bear with me for 1 second, because I'm just going to hit purchase so that I actually get an email. All right, so now I've registered myself. Bear with me while I switch screens. Sorry if you're hearing all the dinging in the background. Those are the emails letting me know that I have been confirmed. So now I'm going back to the presentation. I'm going to change slides just to let you know what the confirmation email looks like. So this first screen shows you an example of an email confirmation. This is the first email you'll get. It just lets you know that you're confirmed. It gives you an order number, the day that you registered, and then how many people you registered, and it shares the details of the event. And then here's my email address at the bottom in case you need any help. So you can contact me via email, or you can also call the office, and that number will be provided at the end of the presentation. The second email you're going to receive looks like this. And this says basically just thank you for joining our fundraising efforts. And then it's going to ask you to claim your fundraising page. Once you do that, you'll set up your page with, I think it's your email and a password, and that will allow you to customize your page. And like I said, you can change the content, and you can also change photos and things like that. And I'm going to share with you an example of the fundraising pages, just so that I can walk you through the different things that you may want to change on your page. So again, changing screens. Hold on one moment. Okay, so hopefully you all can see. Let me hit screen share. Okay, hopefully you can see the screen. This is an example of the team page. I'm going to start with this first and just go in order. But once you claim your fundraising page, if you have a team and you are the team captain, then you will have access to this page. And at the top, you'll want to set your team fundraising goal. And there's a section for you to change your team cover photo. If you have a photo of your group, whether that's your family or your coworkers, or you want to take a photo, this is a great place to put that. So when people visit your page, they'll see this. Otherwise, if you choose not to, that's perfectly fine. And you'll have the background of tulips, which is a default photo that we use. You can also set up a team photo, and that'll go right here in the gray area. And that again can be another photo of your group or something different, something meaningful to your team. And then you'll go to these sections here, and you can tailor your message. So right now, these are the defaults that every team will see. The default message is, please help our team support Parkinson Association of the Carolinas. And then there's a story title. Right now, it just says, welcome to our team page. And there's a message here that talks about PAC and what we're trying to accomplish. And the one part that you may want to change is where it says, our goal is to raise $70,000 for PAC. The $70,000 is PAC's goal, but you may want to change your number to match the number at the top where your team fundraising goal is, just for consistency. Also on your page, you'll see that there's a section down here where you can post a comment. You can thank donors. You can thank people who have just registered for your team. And you can see your team rank. You can see if you're number 1 for fundraising right now, or if you're number 3 and you want to catch up. But it's a great way to just keep track of what's going on with your team. So that's one page, and that again only applies to teams. Now, if you register as an individual fundraiser, your page is going to look very similar, but it's going to be just about you as the individual. Again, you'll have the opportunity to set up your fundraising goal, and you'll probably want to make that match the number in the paragraph under the default story. You can change your cover photo, and you can set an individual photo. You can put a fun, festive photo of yourself up there. And you can change your headline and your story title once again, and you'll have the same privileges to interact with those people who are supporting your page. So you'll see an example right here where it says Leah, but again, you can thank your donors or just thank people for supporting you, add notes about, your progress as a fundraiser. And on both of these pages, as you'll see, there's a bar letting people know how much money you've raised and how close you are to your goal. And the donate button is right there for people to directly support you. And then you can share these things via social media, and you'll see you can do Facebook, Twitter, and you can do an email. And there's also a tailored message that we've created, but you can change that as well if you want to. If you were to click on like the email button, there's a default message, but you can tailor it to say whatever you want to send out within your network. The third page is the donation page. This is if you want to make a donation, this is, or if people want to donate for you, this is what that page will look like. And this is the headline up here. Thank you for supporting our MoveIt walk. There's a donation appeal, and then people can select the amount they want to donate. And if they're donating for a specific team, they'll use this search bar right here to look up the team's name so that the credit goes to that team. And then the donor will fill in their information here, and their phone number is optional, and they can leave a comment like, you know, go team Pack Attack, which is our generic team. Hope you reach your goal. And then they'll select how they want to make that donation. If it's credit card, typically the donor, it'll appear right away. Bank transfers, we've had instances in the past where it may take a few days, and so the donor may not see that transaction right away. So it's helpful to just let them know that, you know, as long as they received a confirmation, it should be going through, but it'll show up on their statement in a couple of days. And then we'll also get notified as soon as it goes through. And then the last page is the thank you page. This is what the donors see when they complete a transaction. It's just thanking them for their gift. It gives them a confirmation number. It lets them know that they're going to receive an email, and it's just gives them a nice message to thank them for being involved in this year's walk. And it has my email address and my number if they have any questions or they need any help at all. So these are the pages for Classy. I'm going to stop this screen share and just walk you through how to join a team, which is pretty much the same thing, but I'll just show you that step also. So again, I'm going to change my screen. I'm also, because I referenced it, I'm also just going to put my email address in the chat now, just in case anybody wants to save that. And then my direct line at the office, I'm putting that in the chat as well. And then at the end of the slide, there is the general office number. And then at the end of the presentation, I'll also put those links for the walk so that you can click directly on those and get started if you're eager to get involved. So bear with me, I'm just going to pull up the presentation one more time. Well, not one more time, but just for a moment so that I can do another demonstration. If you cannot see the screen, just let me know. If you can't see my screen share for any reason, let me know, and then I'll try to troubleshoot. Okay, do another screen share. So again, you should be seeing the MoveIt Walk page. This is still the MoveIt Walk Charlotte page. And if you were interested in registering and creating a team, then when you go to the same page, as you see, you'll click on register again, but instead of doing as an individual, you'll do create a team. It's going to ask you for your team's name, your team's fundraising goal, and then you can create your team page headline right here, or once you have confirmed your team and you receive that confirmation email, you can go ahead on that page and make the edits that you need to make at that time. But essentially, you'll create your team, and once you hit this green button, it's going to do the same thing that I just showed you with registration. So give me 1 second, and I will create a team just so that you can see the example. So you can change the fundraising goal if you'd like, and as I mentioned, you can change the headline. So I would hit create team, then it's going to ask you for contact information. So I'm just going to put the office. In this case, this is a team I'm creating. And again, this is optional, but you can tell us if it's your first time participating and how you heard about the event. And then you'll hit register. Once you do that, it takes you to the same page that you've already seen, and you complete the entire process. For all team captains, when you create your team, you should hit +1 to register yourself as an individual walker, and you will fall under that team. So you can skip this step and go to the campaign page and choose join a team. But in order to get it all done in one step, I just recommend that you hit +1 and give your information at that time. So to avoid being redundant, I'm not going to complete this step again, because from here on out, it's the same as the individual registration. If you have any questions, please feel free to put those in the chat. And I'm going to leave the cart at this point and then just show one other example. And that's if you were to register and join a team, you again hit register, and then you're going to select the join a team option, and you're going to look at the existing teams from this list, or you can search for the team, and it should come up, and then you click on it, and then it takes you to that same registration page where you'll complete the steps as an individual walker, and you will be assigned to that team. For any team captain who creates a team, you're going to receive an email that confirms your individual registration and asks you to claim your fundraising page and asks you to claim your team page. So you're going to get an extra email. And I'm going to stop the screen share just to go back over to the presentation. Thank you all for being really patient as we switch back and forth between screens so that I can give you a good demonstration. So now this page just talks about the donations, how and where to submit donations. So you have a couple of options. We encourage you to use the campaign page if you're making digital donations. So choose which campaign you're trying to support. You're welcome to support one or both. And then you'll want to click on it and you'll use the donate button, which I'll do another demonstration for that. But you'll click donate, and then you will select the amount that you want to donate. And you can select from the pre-populated amounts here, or you can put in a specific amount. And then if you'd like to make your donation in honor or in memory of someone, you'll check the box and then you'll fill in their information. And then you'll give your contact information and you'll hit donate. As an alternative, if you feel more comfortable mailing in your donations, you can do that as well. And you'll mail it into our address, which is provided below. Please, when you mail in donations, be sure to let us know if you are making a donation in support of a specific team. Put a note on your check or a note in with your donation that just says team, whatever it is, if it's Team Pack Attack, whichever one. If it does not come with a message about a team, then we're going to contribute it to our Team Pack Attack, which is just PAC's general fundraising team. So please be sure that you make a note so that your team can get credit, because it is a competition and we want to make sure that the prize goes to the team, well, to the highest individual fundraiser, or, you know, whatever the proper, that we want the individual to get credit. So, and if you are donating for a team and a specific team member, please put that as well. So if you were supporting my team, you'd want to put Patrons for Parkinson's and put, you know, fundraiser Lauren, so that we know, because we can go into the Classy site and enter that donation, even though you've mailed in a check, and we'll assign it to the fundraiser and we'll assign it to the team. So please make sure you put all those details so we can give credit where credit is due. As I mentioned, there are prizes, and we have a prize for early registration, which if you register by March 17th and you feel lucky, you are able to enter to win a Fitbit. So please do not delay and register by that date, and then we will announce that prize winner. In addition, there is a team for the top fundraiser. There's a prize for the team with the most walkers, and then also for the team with the most spirit. And those prizes will be announced and given out toward the end of the event. So you'll want to stick around if you're attending the event to see if you get any prizes. I'm going to switch over and just show the donation steps just so that you have that demonstration as well. And then I'll switch back to the presentation. Okay, so let's do screen share. Okay, one more time, you should be looking at our campaign page, and this time, instead of going to register, you're going to click on the Donate Now button. So When you click on that, you should see the screen just like the one in the presentation. Again, you'll have the pre-populated donation amounts, or you can choose a different amount. If you'd like to make that donation in honor or in memory of someone, you'll click here, and then there'll be another sort of menu that drops down, and you can put the honoree's last name, first and last name, or if it's in memory of someone, you'll put their information, and then you'll put a recipient's email if you want them to be notified via email, as well as their name. And then you can choose to do a printed card to have something sent in the mail. And you'll type in your message here for what you want the recipient to see. This is completely optional, everything except the name. But if you'd like to do that, you have that option. And then otherwise, you're just making your donation. You're looking up your team if that applies. Again, like you could look up Pack Attack if you wanted to do that team. And it'll drop down and show you how much progress they're making. And then as the donor, you'll fill in all of this information, your first name, last name, email, phone number is required. And then you can leave a comment if you choose. And then you're providing your address, which is required, and your email address. And if you'd like to let us know how you heard about the event, you can do that. And then you'll choose the way that you want to make the donation, make the selection for whether or not you'd like to cover the fees so that any processing fees will not be deducted from your gift if you leave this box checked. And then you'll proceed with making the donation. And then it'll take you to the same screen, and you'll get an email confirmation of your gift. So and then there's a question up here if anybody has questions about whether or not it's tax deductible. We have a little bit of verbiage here just to explain that to you. So that's really it in terms of the donation. And bear with me one more time. I'm going to change my screen again. Okay. All right. So hopefully all are looking at the presentation again. So here is the contact information with questions. Our general office number is provided here, but in the chat, I also put my specific line just in case you want to reach me, because I should be your primary point of contact for the walk. And you can give us a call anytime, Monday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. If you are unable to register on your own, if you experience any technical difficulties and want to be walked through the process, I'm happy to take phone calls or even set up a Zoom and do a share screen and help you. We definitely want to make sure that you can get registered and get involved and make donations and get you what you need in order to participate. So please do not hesitate to call or to email me. And lastly, I just want to extend a thank you to all of you for attending. By being a part of our PAC family, you really help us to carry out the mission and work of the organization. And we could not accomplish all that we do without you. So thank you all so very much. We appreciate your time. And I'm just going to take the last couple of minutes to announce our 2 participant winners. Give me one moment. I just want to close out the screen share. And in this time, if you have any questions, please feel free to put those in the chat right now. If you like flyers and you'd like to come by the office and pick them up, you can put that in the chat, or you can email me directly. If you'd like a flyer emailed to you, you are welcome to do that as well. I see someone did ask for, let's see, following the chat. Yes, John, I did see that you'd like a copy of the flyer email, so I will definitely get that over to you. Anybody else, feel free to drop me a line. I want to give a special shout out to Laurie Medford, who I see is in the session today, and she and her husband are the first official donors for the walk. So Laurie and Tom, thank you so much for supporting the walk this year, and thank you for participating and registering. So I am going to, I see, was there any more questions? Hold on, I just want to make sure okay. I think I've covered everybody else's questions. Again, feel free to connect with me offline. I'm going to take a quick minute just to put the links in the chat in case anybody wants to click on those directly. So first is the MoveIt walk for Charlotte. This one is going in the chat now. And then I will share Myrtle Beach. So feel free to use that link for Charlotte. And then for Myrtle Beach, And this one's going in the chat now as well. Okay. At this point, if no one has any other questions, I'm going to stop the recording. And please feel free to connect with me offline if I can help you in any other way with the with registering or donating for the walk.